Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Camelia here. Welcome back to a new sewing video review this time, not to a flip through sewing magazine, but this time I really want to talk about about a new pattern that Designer Stitch just released this week. And I made two versions of the pattern and I really wanted to talk a little bit about both these blouses. So I know that in the last period, I've been sharing most of the time flip through sewing magazines because, you know, this is actually a little bit what I am doing the last in the last time, just because I'm really busy. I am doing sewing. I am sewing stuff, and you can find my stuff on Instagram and on the Minerva website. I'll put some links here under the video. But you know, really putting up sewing reviews and videos that I really like myself, it's taking time, and I would like to post some sewing tutorial also. I really love making those, but that is something that requires time, and I really want to make quality videos and not just blabbing some stuff in front of the camera. So this time I pushed myself. I put a nice dress on. It was something that I wore this day today, but I really wanted to talk about the Rylie blouse from Designer Stitch. So here I am then. I know I have something on my face. It's not something that you think I'm seeing or you are seeing, but I do have a patch on my lip. I had a little accident. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and I promise that I will, little by little, I will try, as the Spanish people are saying a lot, little by little I will try to get a little bit in my usual stuff to sew and to be able to make also some nice sewing tutorials. So please subscribe to the channel, thumbs up to the video, very important, and I always love to read your comments under my videos. And if you don't like the video, please don't give me a thumb down, just write in a message what you don't like. I hope my well, I don't need to touch this. I hope my sound is good. So yeah. All right. What I'm doing a lot, just because I'm really too tired to come to do stuff here sometimes in my sewing room, I am knitting a lot. Well, a lot, while I'm watching TV. And I wonder if some of you would like to see my knitting projects. I have also ideas that I would like to share about the stuff that I'm knitting, and knitting needles and wool and stuff. So yeah, if you'd like to see some of my knitting projects, please put a comment under the video, and I would love to talk about that also. Today I would like to talk about the Rylie shirt, or Rylie blouse from Designer Stitch. Is the pattern just released this week, and today's 18th of October, I think. I'm completely lost, but anyway, it's a shirt, it's a pattern that I really love, and I really wanted to talk about it a little bit here. So in the Rylie blouse you have from Designer Stitch, you'll get 3 options of the pattern. And I wanted to mention, I am not a designer behind Designer Stitch. So I did hear in the past somebody told me that if I'm the designer, I need to say that I am not. The designer is Anne, but I consider her a very good friend, a very close friend, and I really love her patterns, because actually everything that I'm sewing from Designer Stitch really fits me really well. I know my sizing and I know how the patterns are working in the Designer Stitch, and I find it always really easy to work with the patterns because I know already what I need to do up front. So yeah, that's why I love to talk about them, and that's why I love to sew them also. Going back, so the Rylie shirt has 3 options, and I made 2 of them. Well, actually the third one is really the simplest of the 3. So I'm going to talk about this one first, then the other one there. And I want to talk a little bit about fabric choices, what I consider that are good choices and what are a bit lesser good choices for every style. So, maybe you'll get some ideas from me. The Rylie blouse, it has the base of the blouse of the shirt is actually a classic shirt, and you'll see pictures here on the side. I hope I can put them. This is actually one of the options where you have just a plain front, You have bust darts, and in the designer stitch patterns you have bust cups also. So you have bust darts, really nice and easy. You have a collar with a stand, also your classic shirt collar. You have cuffs on the. You have here the. I'm going to talk about the back first, and then I'll go to the sleeve, because on the sleeve you have options. The back has a double yoke here, and you see here the back with the pleat on the side, with an inverted pleat on, or it's not an inverted pleat, it's with a pleat on the side. What I like to do also with this kind of pleats, you know, you can always play with the pleats on the back. You can add them as gathers here, the center back, or you can always make an inverted pleat or just a normal pleat here, the center back. That's really nice with this volume. You can play a little bit what you want to do with it. But in this style, in this fabric, you know, if I had a fabric with some flowers or something like that, I think a little bit of gathering, it would have been more suitable style-wise in my eyes for a fabric with a little bit more happier print. This fabric here is actually a very old fabric in my stash. I discovered that it has also a little bit some shading, some stuff that happened over the years, although it was in the closet for many years. But I'm really happy that I used it now. So here we have the sleeve, and this is one of the options. This is a pretty standard sleeve, a classic sleeve with a slit finished up with some with a piece of bias binding that I cut from the same fabric, and your classic little cuff here that is getting closed with a button. This one will be actually, I think, option 1 of A, or I'm not sure exactly how they are called on the pattern. But here you can see, oh, and you have, of course, you have here some deep slits on the sides. And these slits, they are necessary because you have in this option, you have a little trick here. You have a little drawstring that is built in, is sewn in actually into the front placket. And then you have a side tie, a little tie here that is sewn. I hope my doll is not going downwards. That is sewn into the side seam on the opposite side. That will be on the left side. And then after you scrunch up this a little bit, you'll be able to tie it like this and to have a really nice effect here. We are seeing this kind of shirts also with other pattern companies. Also Burda came out with something really similar this month, where the draping is changed onto something else. But this style is everywhere. So I'm really happy that I have one now from Designer Stitch, because I know I can make the fit really nice. You can also see in the pictures, and I'm not wearing the shirts now because I want to talk about them and I need to sit. What is nice about this one, about the Rylie shirt from Designer Stitch, is the fact that it doesn't have a lot of volume. I've seen other ones that they are really boxy, but this one it has just enough volume. It's really nice and fitted over the shoulders. The collar is also really nice and fitted, and then you have just enough room here on a little bit on the bust and on the sides. I think the fit is just perfect. So this is really this is a detail that I really love. This is really pretty, and it's very easy actually. I wonder if I should show you the pattern pieces. So I'm going to make a mess here with the noise. I have a tip for you. If you have, I'm sewing mostly with PDF patterns, and these days I've been going through my made patterns stash to look for new stuff that I made but I want to make again. And I was thinking, this is the way that I'm keeping my patterns. I do have them in boxes and stuff like that because I'm sewing a lot of. I used to sew and I'm still going to do it. But I have them mostly, the PDF patterns, I have them mostly rolled up like this. And because there are so many, and of course I forget, I'm always using a piece of the fabric that I used to tie these rolls up. And like that, or also if I'm putting in an envelope, I'm always putting a piece of, let's see, this one is a Solverit pattern. Let's see if I have a piece of fabric here. I did have it, I think. No, I have it. I'm putting always, if I'm putting in an envelope, if I'm putting the pattern in an envelope, I'm putting a piece of the fabric that I used in the envelope, or in this case, with the PDFs that I'm rolling up, I'm putting a piece of the fabric that I'm using to tie them up. So in this case, I know immediately which blouse is this. This one, I mean, it's on the envelope that is made blouse, but I cannot remember all these names. But when I'm seeing this piece of fabric, I know which blouse that is, and I know how the fit it is, and I know everything. So a little piece of the fabric that you're using for the project, just put it there with your pattern and you'll know immediately which one it is. And the same with this one. I was looking now for the pattern. I was seeing, where's my pattern? Where's my pattern? And I saw this and I thought, oh, this is a pattern that I need to have. So very easy to make. Of course, you have the instructions with all the details. This piece here with the drawstring, you know, when I saw it first, I was thinking, well, that looks complicated, but actually it's not. So the placket of the shirt is a cut-on placket, so you don't have a separate one. So it's a cut-on, so you need to fold it 2 times. And on this side here where the drawstring is coming, so that will be on the right side, you have to hem this part in advance before you are making before you are forming the placket, because otherwise when you stitch the hem you stitch this part closed. So you hem this part, the rest you can hem later, but this part needs to be hemmed before you make the placket. So you have the down part, the hem, you have it done, and then you fold your placket in place, like you press it to form the creases. And before you stitch it up, of course, you have to make your string. You place your string here in this, against the fold here on the inside, of course. And I just did a little bit of top stitching from the outside, so the string is secured inside. And then I can stitch my I can top stitch my placket. Of course, you need to be careful that the string is sitting against the side here and you will not catch it with your needle, but it's a pretty wide. The string is narrow if you compare with the placket, so that will not be a problem. So it's very easy. You fold the placket, you press it really nicely, you put the string inside. You need to catch it here, you need to put a few stitches, and if you use a really nicely matching thread, you will not see that, and then your channel is completely done, as you can see here. It's really, really easy. It's a really easy detail. So you have buttons, of course, only till here. You cannot put buttons here. So this style, you have to wear it either with tied up like this, or just you have to wear it straight, but then you have these things hanging around. But this style like this is really pretty. Of course, the other version of the shirt is without the string, so just plain with straight front here, your simple sleeve, and you have a really nice shirt. This one is made in viscose. It's a challis, very soft and very drapey, as you can see. I will say that for this detail here, this is the best option actually. And I'll talk about the other one, and then I'm going to go a little bit through fabrics, my ideas, which one will work best for which style. Okay, for this one, here I have actually the plain front, so there is no drawstring here happening. The buttons are going all the way till here. And that is something else that when I'm making a shirt or a dress with buttons, especially for shirts, I'm always, or for blouses, I'm always aware that you don't need to put a button all the way till, I don't know, till the hem. Just keep a few centimeters up. It's always looking nicer than if you put a button all the way down here. So I have here about 7.5 centimeters, something like that, 3 inches, I think, maybe a little bit lesser. But I think that's a nice look when you stop with your buttons a few centimeters above your hem. I am not sure what is the standard, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So this is actually the same bodice as the other one. The other one that is here in the back. Of course, I have the bust darts here, but in this case here, and also the pleats, they're also here in the back. I know it's impossible to see something on this really busy fabric. You'll see pictures of me wearing the shirt, and I will try to put the technical drawing from this one. This one, in this style, you have a different sleeve, and this sleeve is really, really different than the other one. So what you have here, you have a little bit of a cap sleeve, which you can definitely use as a short sleeve. You have, but this one is really short. It's coming from the armhole about 2.5 centimeters, I think. And then this part here is a complete different pattern piece where you have 3 giant pleats, inverted pleats here coming. Here is one, here is another one, and then you have another one here underneath somewhere. And then at the bottom, all this volume is getting gathered into the same cuff as on the other one. And also here you have everything. The slit is finished with the bias binding. I see that I used here some red pen to mark my buttonhole. I did not press this one, and I did already wear this shirt a few times. This is a great style. I really love this sleeve, and you'll see how I'm wearing it in the pictures. If you push the sleeve a little bit up, like this, you have a total different look. You have a really, really nice puff sleeve. Oh, this is just beautiful. I love this. So in combination with a nice crisp fabric, this is just beautiful. So something like this, you'll see it in the pictures, is looking really awesome. And this is actually how I'm wearing this shirt, because I love this puff so much because of this really big pleats here up. It's just amazing. I have a tip for this, and I've seen this treatment somewhere. In the pattern, you just have on the cuff, you have a buttonhole and a button, like I have it here. But later I remembered, I did not think about it up front that I'm going to wear it up like this. But when you're wearing it up, of course, it's going to stay. Sometimes you'll have to put it back if it's falling down. But if you are intending to if you make this and you intend to wear it up, or you want to have another shirt that you want to do that, what I will do on my next one, instead of making this buttonhole, I'm going to add a loop of elastic in order to close my shirt. So I'm not going to make the buttonhole, but I'm going to put an elastic loop that is going to close with the button. And when you pull your sleeves up, that elastic is going to give a little bit more give, let's say, and it's going to keep the sleeve much better on your arm. And I'm pretty sure that's going to work really, really great. So for my next one, I'm definitely going to skip the buttonhole on the cuff, put that elastic loop, and I'm going to use that because, in this case, I'm also afraid that at one moment, my button is going to pop if it is the whole time, on the tension on my arm. So this is just beautiful. I love this sleeve. Also on this one here, you have the slits on the side. Very, very pretty. Now, to avoid making this video really, really long, my doll lost one leg. I hope it's not going to fall. I would like to talk a little bit about my fabric ideas for this pattern. And I have a few ideas, of course. For this one here with the pleated sleeves, I think the best fabric for this style, and something else, I don't think this pattern will work nicely if you put all the elements in one shirt. So my tip will be avoid putting the draped panel in combination with these sleeves. I think it's just a little bit too much. But the puff sleeves on the simple front and the classic sleeves on the gathered front, I think that's really nice. For the pleated sleeve, I think the best option for the fabric, it will be something with a little bit of body. This one is a cotton poplin from Minerva. It's really, really pretty fabric. And as you can see, if I'm putting this one up like this, it really wants to stay puffy like this. If you make this shirt in something really soft like that, let's say like I have here some viscose. If you make it in this one, and this one is actually a viscose that has a little bit more body than the challis I used on the other one. But if you make it on this one, you have a very drapey blouse, and you lose actually the idea of all that puff. created by this pleat. So I think for this one, something like even like a linen will work, something not really, really heavy, but something medium weight. A cotton will work always. It's just beautiful. I had somewhere, oh yes, where is it? Here. This is something like a cotton lawn, I think, more. It's a little bit softer than the poplin from here. This is also from Minerva that I use for a dress that I really love. I'm going to put the picture from that one. I wore a lot of the dress that I made with this one. So this is a cotton lawn, also will work really nicely. This actually will be a fabric that will work nicely also for the other one, because it's not very stiff, it's soft, but in this case it will keep a little bit better the puff of the sleeves of this for this option. Something else, what it will work, I think also a little bit more, but everything that will be with viscose, everything that will be drapey, I think it will not be a good choice for this style. So definitely a cotton will always work for this one. But I have here a piece of cotton, and this is actually a cotton linen blend. This one, it has gorgeous colors, and actually this one was one of my first ideas for this blouse. But do you know what is happening with this one? You can see this one is so stiff, it's just almost like paper. It's just staying like this. And while that will be, let's say, a good idea for the sleeves, you need to think about that this shirt, the body of the shirt, is not very fitted. So you have a little bit of volume here. And if you have a fabric like this that is just going to stay really stiff, I don't think it's a great look. So you need to find a balance. Cotton poplin, I think, is really, really the best option for this style, in combination with the puffy sleeves. For the other one, I think there are much more options in terms of fabric, you know, for the drapey style, just because here you have the really slim sleeve, and you do have this draping, so you need to have something that it has a little bit of drape, so not very stiff. But I have here, so as I said, I have here viscose that is just a little bit heavier than this one here. This will be really, really nice also. But if you want to show your print, of course you need to your drape detail here. You need to think about a little bit about your print. Don't go really crazy because it will get lost. This one is I think this one is cotton linen, not cotton linen, viscose linen mix. Also very soft. This will also work really, really nicely. And this is more viscose. This is one of Minerva's newest patterns fabrics, and I'm going to look it up on the website and put a link for you. It's really, really pretty. I need to think what I want to do with it because it's just too pretty, but I need to sew it up. What will work for this one also will be a satin, a really nice satin. I'm seeing this like a chocolate brown satin. It is so beautiful. Again, a soft poplin, but really, really soft and very that it will have a little bit of drape will also work. So for this side also, I think you should avoid something that is as stiff as this one, because I don't think that will look really nice. Not so much. I don't really like it. So as I said, the other option for the pattern is just a simple one with a simple front and the simple sleeve. And yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to say. I really wanted to talk a little bit about the fabrics, that think in advance which version you want to make, and based on that choose your fabric, because to get that really, really, really cool puff effect here, detail on your sleeve, you really need to have something with a little bit more body than just, do you see this? Than just a soft viscose. So this is everything for this video. I really hope that I can get a little bit in my rhythm again to share my projects. Oh, I have so many things. I'm just finishing now Monica dress, also from Designer Stitch. I do have to sew like a billion of buttons on it, so it's sitting, it's looking at me right now. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'm not sure how long it is, but I'll make it short. I hope you enjoy it, and again, don't forget to give me thumbs up, put your opinions here under the video if you have ideas, if you'd like to see my knitting projects and my knitting adventures. I would really love to talk about it here on the channel. And if you have your notifications on, you'll get notified when I'm putting a new video on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for still being here after all this time, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.